The sequence opens with a drone observing a figure hiding beneath a bridge. The soldier remains under the concrete arch, trying to stay concealed in the shadowed space near the riverbank. From above, the drone holds position while tracking the movement below. Moments later, a kamikaze drone appears, flying directly toward the bridge structure. The camera follows its approach as it moves steadily toward the dark opening beneath the span. The soldier suddenly runs deeper under the bridge, attempting to hide along the inner side of the arch. The drone continues its descent into the confined space. Within seconds, contact occurs beneath the bridge. Smoke spreads briefly around the concrete supports. In the final moments, the aerial camera returns to the site, showing the quiet area beneath the bridge after the strike. The scene holds for a moment before the footage ends. A drone flies low behind a moving car on a rural road. Several occupying soldiers ride inside the vehicle. As the drone closes the distance, the passengers react and attempt to jump from the car. Within seconds, the drone descends and contact occurs with the vehicle. The road falls quiet after the strike. The sequence begins in a ruined Ukrainian town during winter. Two occupying soldiers move slowly through the damaged streets, carrying a large, heavy bag together between them. The surrounding buildings are broken and partially collapsed, with snow covering the ground. Soon, the perspective shifts to a kamikaze drone flying at altitude above the area. From this aerial view, the drone approaches the same section of the ruined town. A moment later, the two soldiers appear again. They stop to rest beside the ruins. One drops to his knees while the other bends forward, pausing beside the bag. As the sound of the drone becomes noticeable, the situation changes. One soldier quickly runs toward a damaged building and disappears into the rubble. The second remains on the ground, curling up and staying still among the debris. From the drone camera, the approach becomes visible as it closes the distance. Seconds later, contact occurs. In the final frames, another drone filming from farther away captures the moment from above, showing the quiet ruins after the strike. The sequence begins with a drone flying over open terrain. Below, an occupying soldier appears in the field and starts waving his arms repeatedly toward the drone above. His movements are slow and deliberate, clearly trying to signal something to the operator watching from the air. Moments later, a second soldier becomes visible nearby. Both remain in the open and continue gesturing upward. One of them raises a handwritten sign toward the camera. The message on the paper reads, "We surrender." From above, the drone keeps a steady distance while observing the situation. The soldiers remain with their hands raised, making no attempt to hide or move away. Soon, the drone begins guiding them across the terrain. With their hands still raised, the two soldiers start moving slowly through the fields. The drone maintains position above them, following and monitoring their path. The journey continues for several minutes. The drone stays overhead while the two figures walk across the open ground, occasionally stopping and then continuing again in the same direction. Eventually, they approach a position held by Ukrainian forces. As they reach the area, both soldiers keep their hands raised and remain still. In the final moments, they surrender peacefully and are taken into custody. The drone camera holds above the scene as the sequence comes to an end. The sequence begins near a partially destroyed shed on the edge of a ruined area. Among the debris and broken structures, an occupying soldier moves quickly between the walls and the nearby fence line, trying to stay out of sight. From above, a drone notices the movement and begins circling the damaged building. The camera follows the soldier as he shifts positions around the structure, briefly disappearing behind the corner of the shed. After several passes around the ruins, the drone aligns with the corner near the fence where the soldier attempts to remain concealed. The approach continues from above, while the camera tracks the final moments of the movement. Seconds later, contact occurs beside the shed. From another drone flying higher in the air, the scene is captured from a wide view. Smoke rises near the ruined structure. In the final moments, another drone approaches the site to document the aftermath as the camera holds over the damaged building and surrounding yard.
This extended sequence presents a long series of drone recordings from different parts of the front line in Ukraine. The camera moves between open fields, damaged villages, forest belts, and narrow rural roads. From above, the terrain reveals the marks left by months of fighting: broken structures, disturbed ground, and abandoned positions scattered across the landscape. Across the footage, small groups and lone figures appear briefly against the terrain. Movement across open ground is visible from the aerial perspective, especially in areas where the land has been heavily damaged by previous battles. The drone patrols slowly, scanning the fields and ruins below. Modern warfare has increasingly shifted toward constant observation from the air. Small drones now provide a persistent view of the battlefield, allowing operators to monitor movement across wide areas that would otherwise remain unseen. From this height, roads, trenches, and ruined buildings become part of a vast operational space. The footage also reflects the wider reality of the war in Ukraine. Cities, villages, and farmland across the region have been transformed by prolonged conflict. Entire districts, once filled with daily life, now appear quiet and damaged from repeated fighting. Between moments of activity, the drone camera captures the stillness of these landscapes: empty roads cutting through fields, tree lines marking former defensive positions, and the silent outlines of destroyed buildings. These images show how the war continues to reshape the terrain itself. For distant observers, recordings like these offer a rare aerial perspective on how the conflict unfolds day after day. Technology, persistence, and constant surveillance now define much of the modern battlefield. As the sequence continues, the drone remains above the terrain, moving slowly across the damaged countryside before the footage eventually transitions to the next scene.
Subscribe to the channel and leave a like.